Hello, this is the Red Pill News Dispensary. Wow, that sounds a lot better. It might even be too loud, but got the new mic here. Oh, that sounds beautiful. I still don't even know like all the little setups. I don't know if I might take down. I get this window screen, and it does work better. It makes it sound better because the space between the mic and the window screen makes a big difference. But as far as like, it's kind of blocking your face, and maybe I could bend the cord up the other way. But yeah, it'd be a lot better as far as like a visual. If I have the and I got two of them. One's better than the other, just the foam mic top. But yeah, sounds good, huh? Yeah, this is like the best that you can possibly get. I'm gonna call her Texas after I mean, basically, Cyber Monday, you can get stuff that you could never afford. You know, it's just I could never afford this, but with the donation of 50, and I match that, you can afford all of this on a Cyber Monday. So, anyways, I wanted to do like a call-in show, something like that. Try out the new equipment. I'm being coffee. I'm trying to be careful, but um, I just went over and I checked out John Boy stream because he made monetization. And if you guys don't remember, John Boy, he broke a very interesting story regarding Ilhan Omar. And I had heard of John Boy like way back in the day. In fact, when I do play the audio of a phone call between me and a certain YouTuber, you guys will hear him mention John Boy. I guess, he was like naming people that were making videos about him. And um so John Boy, he's good in my book. And I just went over and checked out his stream, and I liked what he was saying. He was basically talking about how, he's just been himself, and he thought he would never get monetized, but he just kept being himself. Started having like a following, and I could tell he has like a good following just by going over there, checking it out. The stream is moving. He has a good little following, and he's just himself. And he was talking about how that goes a long way, and it does. If anybody out there trying to make a YouTube channel, just being yourself does go a long way. So I thought that was nice that he said that. And oh, you're in Texas as well, Becky. Nice, nice. Brandy McGee, hello. Sounds great. Nice, nice. I'm excited. Trip 8709, Minnesota. How you doing, Minnesota? Sally, hello. So yeah, he was talking about that, and he was talking about how, you know, he never thought he would get monetized, and he's basically giving a real good message, and I like it. And I mean, he did it on his own. He was like real close. I forget, in the 900s. And I a lot of you guys went over. I had mentioned that he broke the story, and someone like him who's been working at it, and he actually broke a big story. I think he deserved to get over that 1,000 marker. And because he had been working at it, he already had the viewing hours. See, that's one thing. I feel kind of bad for people who make it to 1,000 and then they don't have the viewing hours. That's the thing. You got to have so many viewing hours, and you know, nobody tells you that part. The only thing about this mic, it picks up everything. So it's like Amanda's sweeping. It's picking that up from 2 rooms away. You guys hear that sound? I was like, what is that sound? That's for sweeping 2 days. So this picks up like everything. It's the Nano Yeti or whatever. Yeah, it picks up everything. That's really weird. It's picking that up so well. So yeah, it's very good for stuff like that. And we got Bryfly in the house. We said Trip. Anthony Brown said hello. I said Anthony Brown. No? Oh, now I got you. Anthony Brown. Did I not? Before? I thought I did. Anthony Brown, how you doing? I get confused because then there's a Nicholas Brown too. So I get confused. How you doing, Anthony? Brian Lanham. Hello. Brian Knight, who had a great video the other day. If you guys want to check out Brian Knight, he does very well. I love his videos. What's the latest, Brian? Because I know. Andy Sings, Australia in the house. A lot of buffering. Maybe in Australia. Siberian Bear, how you doing? Wow, there's all these people. YouTube lies about how many people are in the room. Because late night I didn't expect this many people. Oh yeah, all right. So let me put in the number. Let's get some calls in here. And by the way, anything's on the table, and there is so much to talk about. There is so many directions that this stream can go, and you guys can decide what direction that may be. I've basically covered most stuff that I didn't cover. I kind of went over it. I intended to cover it the last stream, but my daughter, it just wasn't happening with her in the room too much. Oh. Ooh, almost ended the stream. Okay. All right. Because sometimes it takes a while for the information to come out. You guys will start to hear it. Third suspect got arrested in the Holland Tunnel. That was basically like the best intel that I had to offer that you couldn't hear anywhere else. They're not reporting that for some reason. I think they're trying to play it down. All right, here we go. Hello, Red Pill News Dispensary. How you doing?
What's up?
Hey, how you doing, bro? Do you have like a certain topic you want to talk about?
Yeah.
All right. All ears, brother. You're live, and I get you on speaker. I don't care. Is this the same guy that used to call me? For those of you guys who have been around a while. At least you've gotten more creative. That's the same guy who used to call all the time. And he would call from all these different states just to say the N-word. I don't understand. I would always catch him. And I knew, I had a feeling as soon as. Yeah. It's like great. So he just called from Louisiana, then he calls from Florida just to play. Yeah, this is crazy. He's gonna try to mess up the stream. So I mean, this guy. Anyways, I'll just talk. Look, he's called from 5 different states so far. You know what it is? It's the yeah, I don't give a shit. Ready? Call again. Call from Massachusetts this time. South Carolina now. Go ahead. Do it.
What the fuck, bitch?
Go ahead. Listen, I'm not gonna go back and forth with you, man. I've buried you too many times, and it's not even that fun. I got a real caller coming in. Red Pill News Dispensary.
Yo, Red Pill, what's up, brother?
How you doing, man?
Yeah, I've been following you for a minute. I'm a Siberian Bear.
Siberian Bear. All right, great.
Yeah, it was the chat the other day. Whole armor of God, man.
Full armor of God, exactly.
We're the real journalists out here, you know. We're in the streets, and we've been following Q. We've been following all this information, so it's on
exactly.
us. We're quicker than the news, you know, because, I mean, I'm with Fox News and all that. One American News, like, I follow all that stuff.
Yeah, One American News. It's one of the more, like, neutral news you can get. You can get, like, actual news, you know, without...
Yeah, because...
I don't need their opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. They don't give opinions. They just try to give truth and facts. This was actually Trump's, like, favorite. He called it out that it's his more favorite news channel than Fox now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's crazy, the whole thing in Jersey, man. I'm from North Jersey. I live like 15 minutes from Jersey
Oh, so
City.
you're not far from there. Because I know where Jersey City is. Yeah, so you're not far.
Yes, it's right over the bridge. Yeah, I live like right by George Washington Bridge when you cross from Manhattan. And so the Holland Tunnel basically also connects to Jersey City. I mean, it could have been, you know, it could have been like a FF attack because it was also like kind of like I don't know what I could say, like I don't want to say too much, but
FF is fine.
Yeah, could have been like a mass type thing event, but they didn't
That's what
want to
I
call.
think. That's what I think it was meant to be.
It was, yeah, man. It's crazy what's going on right now. All this, everything, the Pfizer report getting released, and they're saying it's 500 pages. Then isn't it supposed to be like 70,000 like sealed indictments or something,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. See, now the thing is with the
Yeah,
Pfizer, that's from the IG and the Inspector
yeah.
General.
Inspector General.
He can only talk to so many people, and it's like kind of like a scope, like more like within the government, right? And if you don't want to talk to him, you don't necessarily have to. It's like one of those situations. So he can only really get so much information, but that's why they also have this guy out of Connecticut, Durham, running an investigation where he can investigate anybody, anything, any country. He's got a like, huge scope.
That's crazy. That's like some Interpol type thing.
Yeah, so
International
it's
police.
like it's gonna be crazy. I mean, he even
Yeah.
came out and he said that he didn't agree because they were like, well, the first time they filed for the Pfizer, it's almost understandable why, because it sounded serious, but
Yeah.
it's
I
when they
mean, we've
kept
been waiting
renewing
for
it.
so long. Yeah, that was like was like the whole thing at first, and these military tribunals. Because look, like even on the news, they can't really lie no more because there was so much fake news that like people can't, people at first didn't care, didn't believe it, or just didn't want to give it a train of thought. But
Yeah,
like all this stuff is real, what's going
it's,
on, and
it's
it's all getting released.
yeah.
It's crazy,
And
yeah. And all
what's
these
crazy is if you follow
the
Q two
Dems, they're
years
throwing
ago, you knew some of this stuff.
the Dems are throwing everything at Trump. It's like
Yeah,
a house of cards. It's about to fall because they're all scared for their lives. All this treason and all this. I don't know. I don't want to say the M word.
yeah,
But yeah, all this stuff, and it all connects to. I mean, I don't want to sound corny, but it's all like all these secret societies, like everything what happens, I guess, in the lodges, I mean, it all comes down to, I think, it's the secret, organization. It's all bureaucracy, like the whole pyramid. But
yes,
we all know about that stuff. But
yeah,
once they're gonna
that's what it's
start
all
talking
about.
about, I think they're gonna start talking about. I mean, if they will, like, if once all this shit, like the final stuff, they're gonna say like all these fuckers are like Satanists,
Yeah,
third degree, God knows,
yeah,
you know,
yeah. That's
because that's
that's
how.
what I'm curious
Yeah.
about is if they're actually going to get down to like the Satanism aspect of it, because that's definitely an aspect of it. Because I mean, all these
Yeah,
secret societies, they have been passing down the secret knowledge, secret geometry, secret they use numbers, they
everything. Yeah,
communicate in a whole
geometry.
different
Yeah,
way. Yeah.
everything. It's
And
crazy. And
like
yeah, even
geometry is
even
probably the
yeah, to
least of
go
it.
back,
Imagine
like
what they must know that we don't know. Like imagine we withheld
exactly
the fact that, I don't know, think of something that's common
free
knowledge.
energy, like
Yeah,
Nikola
exactly,
Tesla.
exactly. It could be limitless what they could
Yep.
this certain knowledge that they can keep and make sure that they stay in power, they stay the ruling class, their kids
Of
come
course,
into
yeah.
it, and
Like
they
13
become a ruling
bloodlines
class.
plus or minus, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it just doesn't work out like that. Fit like you know what? Sometimes you have a great man, but it doesn't mean his kids are gonna be great men. That it doesn't like work out like that. But for some
Yeah, that's
reason, in
true.
these secret societies, their kids always end up in the same positions.
Indoctrinated, yeah,
Yeah.
bureaucracy,
So
indoctrination, all that
yeah,
crazy.
secret knowledge, of course, money has a big part of it. But it just,
Yeah, they
and
got
this
more than
might
they can
sound
count. What
crazy.
they can do with it? They just gives them greed, and they don't know what to do with their lives. That's why they start, they
Yeah.
start. Nothing entertains them no more. So I guess that's why they start doing these fucking
Yeah,
crazy
imagine you have
rituals.
so much money. You can have any woman you want. You can have anything you want. It's just it
Exactly.
gets to a point
Nothing
where
pleases them anymore. So they
yeah,
go for like the vilest stuff, I guess.
yeah. And I mean that's why it like really drives home the whole point of like God and getting closer to God and like
Yeah, whole armor of
it's
God, man. I try to
pure.
read
It's
my Bible,
pure.
every day.
Exactly.
I'm not every day, it's hard, but at least that little paragraph, put on the whole armor of God. We
That's
wrestle
great.
not against flesh, but against, wickedness in high places. It says it right in the Bible.
And
Against, the
principalities, yeah.
spiritual realm.
Exactly. And I love that verse. And
Wickedness in high places, yeah. Put on
yeah,
the helmet of salvation, the breastplate of righteousness, the word of God, the
it's
sword.
beautiful.
The sword is the word, the Bible.
Yeah.
But not to get too corny, yeah.
No, it's not corny at all, brother. I totally feel you. It's so true. And
Yeah, but
in
it's,
the end,
yeah,
no matter what they do, it's just not working out. It's not they the power of
exactly.
just being true
The
and
system is
honest.
broken. Yeah, it's already broken. Like people know, see
Yeah.
past all the lies and stuff.
And it's so crazy. Trump, he's the last person you'd expect, but he's actually been talking about God. In the end, he keeps getting proven to be telling the truth. He's been the most
Trump
open.
or Kanye? Who'd you say?
Trump.
Oh yeah, I was like Kanye or Trump.
But Kanye
It's
is like
funny how
a.
they're friends
That's
though.
funny. Did you watch the that's funny you brought him up. Did you watch the Stranger Than Fiction about Kanye?
Nah, I
Oh,
haven't.
I
I mean,
figured you
I
did
know the
since you
whole
brought him up.
Joel Osteen thing. That Joel Osteen might be like some wizard. I mean, he's a fucking billionaire, but
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
But maybe he's doing it. We work, you know, it's the beast system, but we have to expose the whole beast system. So,
Yeah.
you know, it takes steps.
And I know that Q says it's going to be like 20% public, 80% is going to stay private because it's almost like so just damning and just
It's a whole,
it
it's a
could bring
bottomless
society
pit,
to a
man.
halt.
It's a swamp, you know,
It's
the DC
evil.
swamp.
It's evil, evil, evil. And you can see
Evil
them.
people.
Why
Yeah.
would they be trying so hard? Look at how hard they've been trying to like stop every move that's coming. But it's coming.
I mean,
it comes no matter
Trump did
what.
everything that he said he'll do, bro. Unemployment, you know, he didn't start no wars. He ended like the Afghanistan war of 18 years. I know a lot of my boys are veterans. I'm from New York.
Yeah.
And you know that shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah.
To go through that hell and stuff. I was in New York when 9/11 happened. I was like a little kid. I was in like 7th grade.
Yeah, that happened my senior year in high school.
Yeah, so you're a little older than me.
Yeah.
It was nuts. Like, you remember everything. And, it was a crazy day. I remember like it was yesterday. That's where it all started, basically. You want to hear something crazy? I don't know if I might be reaching for it, like, a little too hard.
Yeah,
Think about this. I think I'm gonna give some credit to Richie from Boston because he said this.
I was watching him today.
He said something about how we all, you know, the whole MK Ultra and Monarch, you know, mind control.
Yeah.
Like it's based on like trauma and SRA. You know what SRA is? A satanic ritual abuse type thing.
Yeah, yeah.
What they do to the kids, like when they indoctrinate them and stuff, or either they indoctrinate them, or they kill them, or they, you know, or they make artists out of them. All the celebrities are indoctrinated,
and they fracture their brains. You know, it's like literally, like the brain fractures from trauma.
Yeah, the whole it's a hard, long ass word.
Compartmentalize. Yeah, you start to compartmentalize things.
So check it out. So he said that like when 9/11 was happening.
Hey, anyone trying to call in, just wait till the call. I'm sorry. Anyone trying to call in, just wait until afterwards. That way, I know I got a troll. I know I have a no. Please. It's probably just that troll. That troll has been trying to call in, making noise. So yeah, no, please talk. I love what you're saying.
Nah, you're cool, man. You got all the info. I seen like how smart you are. You follow all the info. You know how I got like I heard about you through Marv. You know, because I was listening to Marv Fugel and all this stuff. I don't really listen to him that much anymore. But I remember you called into his show, and I'm like, Red Pill News. You know, that guy sounds like you said like you spit some knowledge.
Yeah.
So I was like, that guy knows the stuff. So I started following you on YouTube, and here I am. Yeah.
Nice.
Started watching live streams. And I want to give props to you, brother. What's your name again? I forgot. My bad. Matt. Oh yeah, Matt. Yeah, so you have like live streams that are sometimes 3-5 hours long, and I'm like, damn, you put in a lot of work, bro. You deserve a lot more, like, for what you get. I'm trying to get into journalism too right now, like exposing truth. I don't know, maybe on a news channel or something.
Yeah, and now's the time. Now's the time to do it. I mean, it's serious. If you're really serious about that. Now's the time.
My number, so I mean, we could talk offline. But let me get back to this 9/11 thing. Got me really interested because that's where it all started. You know, like the Patriot Act. That's it. That was it. That was the book they dropped. That had all those pages. No one read it. They signed it, and after that, the whole chaotic madness started, didn't it? The whole Afghanistan shebang, everything, Iraq,
including our rights going down the tube.
Yeah, exactly. All the rights. That's when, they still didn't have no Facebook. They probably not even MySpace. Do you remember MySpace?
Yeah, I remember that. I don't even think that was out at that point. It came
Yeah,
out like right after, yeah, probably like 03
before
maybe.
Facebook, yeah, and
Yeah,
Facebook was made by DARPA and CIA, and freaking, I'm like reaching here because I have too much topics on my mind, like
yeah.
especially what's going on in the news, and plus the whole CERN thing. The whole internet was created out of CERN, where the Hadron Collider is in Switzerland.
Oh my, oh, did you see the I played one time the when they first opened up
The ceremony, the
the
tunnel.
ceremony. I mean, it's like
Oh
they
my
don't
god,
even
it's
hide the
scary.
Satanism aspect to it.
That was so scary, and they had all the European leaders just sitting, looking at it.
Yeah, and
Yeah, I
it's
can't
like,
even watch that. It's like a ritual,
and
man.
they're
It's
acting like
scary.
it's nothing, and they know it. They know exactly, and they know even more than us because there's some stuff that's kind of like
It was all
tongue
like
in cheek. You
bottomless
don't know.
pit type symbology and
Yeah,
like destruction of the world. Like,
yeah, because where
yeah,
they
so
built that tunnel, supposedly it was cursed,
yeah, I
and
don't know about that tunnel. Like, what it's even there for? God knows.
well, I
I
guess it's
don't.
supposed to
I don't know.
connect Switzerland with maybe another country. So I don't know
Yeah, it's
exactly.
Switzerland, France, some shit like that.
Yeah,
It's the
yeah,
biggest. It's huge. So
yeah. It's
do you know
amazing
that
what they did.
internet was created out of CERN because they needed, because the station, the whole place was so huge, like the whole country. It's I don't know how many miles it is. So they needed all these cables to connect to each other, so they could actually communicate and talk to each other. So they created the internet out of CERN just to work for CERN, just for the Hadron Collider to work. And then that's how we got the internet, which is pretty crazy.
That's
So back to
interesting.
9/11.
Yeah, the same. I know anyone who's rolling their eyes at that. Believe it or not, the guy who created CERN did invent the internet, right?
Yeah, I forgot the dude's
He
name. It was like
invented the
a few of
internet.
them.
The whole aspect of the internet came from the guy who eventually went on and created CERN. I'm like
That's
positive
crazy.
on that. That's true.
That's nuts, yeah, man. When you come to think of it, like all these connecting the dots and stuff, like Bible prophecy, what it says in Revelations, and they're trying to, they're trying to crack. It's like a Tower of Babel. That's what basically CERN is, but through, I guess, through technology and the means of technology.
Especially like
So
D-Wave. That's
yeah,
more so along those lines. I think like the Tower of Babel. Like even like the way the chip is, it almost looks
yeah,
like.
transhumanism, the mark of the beast. Yeah, that's what it. Bro, everyone in Sweden were like, they all have chips implanted, and
Yeah,
they say
yeah.
it right there in the Bible. It says the mark is either gonna be on your right, like right between your
Hand,
fingers on your right hand, or on the
the forehead.
forehead.
Yep. Yeah.
So forehead could be, I don't know, like we have like facial recognition now, which is crazy, like on the
Or
streets.
Neuralink, what Elon Musk came out with, or Neuralink. I mean, that's in your
Yeah,
brain.
Neuralink, yeah, that shit is crazy when it's
So
yeah,
that
he said
scares
for
me.
for
I
the
mean,
computers, yeah, for artificial intelligence not to destroy the world, we all need to fucking put a Neuralink inside our fucking
yeah,
heads.
it's like that would be the only way you could keep up. Like imagine
Yeah, to
like
keep
everyone
up.
else's kids has a Neuralink in their brain, and they basically have like access to AI in their brain. It makes them
Yeah,
capable of just super. They'd be a god, like a god on earth,
that's
as
nuts.
far as
Yeah,
like smarts.
hive mind. I mean, they could do anything.
It would be
Like
nuts.
even with 5G, who knows? No testing, no nothing. What they're doing with
Well,
that.
yeah. See, I think 5G definitely is a bigger plan for that. Because it's basically just gonna it's everywhere. The 5G, and once they flip a certain switch,
Exactly, and the
they could do
human
so
body is an
much.
antenna. It's meant to
Yeah,
work as an antenna. So whatever we're gonna be receiving, maybe that's their ultimate goal. Like,
yeah,
I don't know who's at the top and trying to, not get exposed. Because even all these fuckers on TV that, like Nancy Pelosi, Adam Schiff, all these, they're part of that circle. But the main dudes are the ones you don't see on TV, and they're the ones that really run
exactly.
the
They're the
world.
ones really behind the scenes, exactly, and the
And they
puppets
don't
are the
want to
ones
be
on
seen.
TV.
That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, even Adam Schiff. You seen that picture Q put up? He's with his family, and the kid got a Mossad shirt on.
Oh, really? Oh, man, he might be. Oh, yo, you heard? What's his name? Epstein's girlfriend. She's like, she's in
Ghislaine
FBI.
Maxwell.
She's in, I guess they're like holding her, so no one kills her because she has so much info.
She's got
And her father was Mossad, right? Well, I
big
forgot
time. Well, yeah. Masada. Well, I think she's a Jewish Brit.
He was,
So I don't
yeah,
know
he
if
was like
she's
from
Mossad or
Iranian,
MI6.
Jewish, Israeli, Mossad. He knew mad stuff.
Yeah, but
So
like from
he
Brit.
died on a yacht, and he knew Epstein too. He buy Epstein that $70 million house in New York, right?
What's his name? Did Les Wexner, I believe.
Wex, yeah,
He
that
owned
other,
he
yeah,
owned
yeah,
was it Victoria's Secret?
yeah, the owner of Victoria's, yeah,
Yeah,
serious pedophile and probably
yeah,
fucking God knows what.
yeah.
And yeah, so what I wanna, I just want to
You were talking
just
about
connect
Ghislaine
a few more
Maxwell and
dots.
that you know, we were holding her because they try to put a photo up of her.
Oh yeah. No, like I was watching Fox News just now. I was following all day because there's so much info that's dropping that Q said will drop, and just everything is just coming like trust the plan is saying.
Yeah,
It's nuts.
and it's
And
amazing. Yeah,
so she's supposed to be giving an interview tomorrow because she's been in hiding and like,
really.
you know what's up with that? The Maxwell chick, Ghislaine Maxwell.
Yeah, Ghislaine Maxwell.
I think she's gonna be on Fox News, which I'm waiting. I think it's gonna be tomorrow, like after tomorrow. I heard them say that today on
Really?
Hannity, I think, or Ingram Angle.
That's huge. She's gonna be doing it.
That's insane, yeah. Because if you connect the dots, you know, even Dershowitz, Epstein's lawyer,
He's so deep in it. What's up? This
Yeah.
guy keeps beeping in, man. Get a life. Seriously, you just want to say the N word on the. I don't get it. I don't get it, man. I don't get it.
He was the one that's.
He's been. I'm telling you, for like 6 months. It's like 6 months, even longer than that ago. Like 7 months. He would do this all day, you know, and try to mess up the stream all day, and that's all he says. He'll just go nigga, and I hate that shit. You know what I mean? It's like, get out of here. That's he's like this is how racist he is. He's sitting there just, you know, on a text app, just calling from every state in the country. Like,
what?
yeah, some serious racism.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that.
He has I don't know. He must hate truth. I don't know.
That's crazy. But the whole Richie from Boston thing. So basically, my bad. I didn't finish up.
Were you gonna talk about how the Twin Towers, or that you know how they have the two becomes
they
one?
They were live on TV, and that was the whole ritual himself. Because
that was a ritual. Yep. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It was like a ritual himself. No, you don't have to apologize, man. We're just both like
no. Because I think I know where you're going. It's so good. Yeah.
Yeah. So on 9/11, when this whole shit was playing out live, how it's a ritual, because how about how the plane crashed into a pentagon? What's the pentagon? It's a pentagram.
Pentagram, exactly.
Right? The whole DC is laid out with the whole obelisk, you know, like the everything. The whole streets are laid out like Masonically. Everything.
The Masons
like
built DC. The Masons built DC like exactly like with every degree that they wanted. I remember this guy. He got shut down. He used to do videos about it, and it was amazing. When you look at DC.
When you look at it too, and the Vatican is the same too. I actually been to the Vatican. Once. On like a cruise ship. I was inside the Vatican, and they also have the obelisk, the everything, and the Vatican holds like all the secret books that no one could read that came from like Alexandria, which is now Egypt, I think.
Yeah. There's a bunch of Alexandrias, because he would basically just conquer all the way down the Mediterranean. You know, all the way into even India has an Alexandria.
Huge civilization.
Everywhere he conquered, he'd build a city named Alexandria. So there's a bunch of them.
Oh, okay, I see. Yeah. But there was this like crazy. It was the Library of Alexandria, which had all like the hidden, you know, what's supposed to be like knowledge for all the people. It was hidden like for a certain few. I mean, it was there, but then they burned the whole thing down, and they took books. So now all those books that survived in that crazy library are now only in the Vatican. And the Vatican, you know, I'm not even going to get into that because we could talk about that for like 10 days.
Oh, yeah. They have so much hidden knowledge at the Vatican, for sure. There was a lot of, Iraq had a lot of like these museums.
Iraq, and what about Syria? And Iraq was Mesopotamia, which was
Mesopotamia, and they supposedly had the tomb of Nimrod, supposedly.
Nimrod is supposed to be like he was the Antichrist figure type.
Exactly. He was like he was I believe, was he the son or the father? I forget if his parents were brother and sister, or he was the father who was with the sister and he created. No, his parents were brother and sister, something like that. Anyways, it was from the
crazy.
Tower of
Yeah,
Babel,
it was just like
right before
all these
Noah.
bloodlines. They all incest. They interbreed and stuff, right? So they
Yes,
did that back then too.
back then, and they back then they had fallen angels, or
Yeah,
it's not really
the
clear
Nephilim,
exactly, or the Anakai, or Anakai, the Anunnaki,
Anunnaki, and
and they
Sumerians.
would
Yeah,
and
that's creepy shit when
they
you
would
think
kind of
about.
breed with the woman, and the fallen
Yeah,
angels looked at women and they lusted for them, and
yeah, for
that
human
was one of the biggest
flesh.
reasons they came down, supposedly, according to the Bible. And
Yeah,
well, when we
definitely.
went to Iraq, one of the huge theories that came out of it there, and this is before
Yeah,
I was into all the truth, but I had
yeah.
heard it back then, that we actually went and we got like Nimrod's head or something like that. And I'm like, what? But now that I think
Oh,
about it,
that's
I'm like,
crazy.
wow, if they actually like were able to get his DNA from the tomb,
Yeah,
could you
exactly, bro.
imagine if they built him up through an
Yeah, because
AI with a
suppose.
D-Wave quantum computer?
Yup, exactly. They're trying to bring like all these fallen angels back, which is such creepy if if you think about it. But that's if you read Revelation now, it makes so much sense, and
Yeah.
it's creepy how it's all going down and stuff, and just exactly how it's written, freaking
Yeah.
2,000 years ago.
And one thing that's been blowing my mind lately, I've been looking up like people who have these DMT trips. They take DMT and they have these trips, right?
Yeah.
And they all have the same experience with the same beings. How is that possible? Like they'll all be together,
I
or it's
heard,
just
the
separate
whole
things?
DMT aspect. That's like
Yeah,
opening your
there's
third eye, and
elves, and then there's something else, and everyone sees the same beings. And there's
yeah, I
good
heard
beings that don't care about you. Then there's the other little like
little
elves beings,
elves,
and they
clockwork
want to
elves.
talk to you. Yeah, it's so weird.
Yeah, I heard of.
And
Yeah,
everybody has the same
I actually took
experience.
DMT before.
Wow, really?
Not DMT, but ayahuasca.
Ayahuasca, yeah, like an ayahuasca
That's like the
circle.
natural one. Yeah, the
Did
DMT is like synthetic, but I
Yeah.
don't know.
Did
There's
you have a
different.
similar experience to anyone that like, I don't know if you did it
Yeah,
like in a
I mean,
circle?
I did it in Colombia with shamans and stuff,
Wow.
108-year-old shamans, because I had like an
That's
opiate
amazing.
addiction.
You've been around, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I had an opiate addiction. I had, I had problems with Xanax, like all these
Yeah.
prescription
We've
pills,
all
which are
been
killing
there.
everyone now.
Our whole
Yeah,
generation's
I
been
know
there.
Boston too. Boston too
Yeah,
was
our whole
big,
generation is a whole generation that,
of
yeah,
course. So,
it's
yeah, like
once we
so
went into
going off that,
Afghanistan, all the all the
definitely, bro.
all they started producing heroin, not heroin, but the poppy field started producing at a rate
Yeah,
that,
why do you think we went to Afghanistan, bro? And George
yeah.
Bush's father's name Poppy,
That's kind of funny.
that
Yeah, that's
that's where it
funny.
goes back. So now, I mean,
That's
there's some
crazy.
truth to that.
Wow.
The
Never thought
first
about
Gulf
that.
War, yeah. And you notice how after we went to Afghanistan and Iraq, that's when the OxyContin, the whole
Well, yeah.
epidemic
Yeah,
started.
that's what I'm saying. The production of pot in those poppy fields went up like 100% after
Yeah, that
we.
was the whole reason. Yeah, the 80% of all OxyContin in the world is consumed by Americans.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
So our whole generation got hooked on that. What are we, Generation X? I'm from the 80s, 80s babies.
Well, I guess. Well, no, I'm an '80s baby too, but
Yeah.
according to how they do it, I'm like just in the line. I'm actually a millennial, but
Yeah, Gen X or millennial, I think we are.
Yeah, I'm like an older millennial. Yeah. I think you would be a millennial too, but we're just on the oldest side of the millennial, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, remember the AOL, America Online?
Yeah, right. So what were you gonna say about the DMT trip in Colombia?
I mean, yeah, so I went there because, I had problems, blah, blah, with that. So I was trying to get off that because a lot of my friends died and, same old story as everyone, our generation. But, yeah, so I went there, to, like, rehabilitate. So, yeah, I mean, it was crazy because I did it the real way with shamans.
Yeah.
You do it
that's sick.
in like a week. You go there, and in that week, you have like ceremonies. Like I had 4 ceremonies, so I took it 4 times. But you're under the watch of shamans and stuff. It was cool. It was a good experience. A little too much for me because I don't like hallucinogens, but I did it because it was the natural way to do it.
Was it like a blast off feeling?
Yeah, man, it was like an out of body experience. Like
that's
your third
crazy.
eye opens. It was weird. It's like dreaming and stuff, and I went to like many places at once. Like I was in like, no lie, I felt like I was in a pyramid, like ancient Egypt, like 3,000 years ago, and you could feel the flames, like the torches inside the pyramid. That was like the
That's
most
amazing.
fun vivid one I remember.
Yeah, yeah.
Talk,
That's what I hear too. People they like literally
talk
go
about
to a
yeah,
different. It's like this different plane. We're supposed to be on like the third dimension plane,
third dimension
and you
and
can
yeah,
basically
fourth and
shoot
fifth
out of the
planes.
plane. And a lot of people come across if they take enough. That's the thing. You have to take a good amount. But
Yeah,
they have all these.
Mother Nature type thing, where you could see me all types of beings supposedly, but
That's
yeah, it was
crazy.
like too much for me, so I don't remember a lot of it.
Yeah, yeah. You got to be ready for it. I would assume. I've never done anything like that. I've done shrooms before, and
I
that
did
even
shrooms,
that
right,
was
once, but yeah,
crazy
that
for
was too
me.
much for me.
Yeah,
I
that
never did
was.
acid, thank God.
Yeah, my brain is very like.
Sensitive to that, yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, and all this yoga and all this stuff, meditation, it's all indoctrination too. Because if
The
you think
new
about it,
age.
well, yeah, this new age stuff, it's on every corner. Like, be your own god, open up your third eye. You don't want to open up your oh, I'm sorry, I don't want to curse. You don't want to open
Yeah,
up your body and mind and soul to like anything, so anything could just enter you.
exactly.
Spiritual atmosphere, which is crazy too. All this, these possessions and people, all this trans agenda, and like they're trying to they're trying to blend all this, in the beast system that we live in, and we see it every day, like the whole trans agenda, transgender, transhumanism.
Transhumanism is the one that I'm. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's the final. That's the mark of the chip. Like
because it's so
I would
nuts,
never.
man. My father used to have a moving company in Cambridge, and we
All right.
moved all kinds of Harvard and MIT kids and all that, right?
Oh yeah.
And
Cool.
Kurzweil was living in Cambridge. Ray Kurzweil. Now he's like a executive at Google, and he was
Oh
telling
wow.
my father he was gonna figure out a way that he could live forever. And
Yeah, I would not want. I would want to live forever in heaven, God's kingdom,
but
not
he got
like
like my
technology.
dad was like he got down to like the exactly like what you have to do certain medicines because at this time it wasn't
Oh
so
wow.
much about the technology. Like
Yeah.
he basically figured out how to live to about 118 at that point. He's like, I can make
Hmm.
someone live to 118 if they follow what I say, all this stuff. We thought he was a little bit crazy, but then again, I mean, this dude was legit. He was
Wow.
like a
Uncle
high figure
went
at
from uncle
Harvard, I
to
believe.
yeah.
And sure enough, here he is 10 years later. All of a sudden, I see him all over the place. I saw him on the Joe Rogan show. I saw him,
Oh,
I,
that's
s-
nuts.
I hear him talked about on True Channels. Now he's the tip of the spear into the whole transhumanism thing. Basically, downloading your brain onto a computer.
That's
especially
crazy.
like
That's like back to certain.
yeah, and so he's already done it. He's downloaded his brain onto a computer, and he thinks when he dies, he'll
That's
live
crazy.
on, which is nuts. And I think that's kind of the type of stuff that was going on in the days of Noah. And like it says in
Yeah,
Revelations, it'll
with
be
the
like in the
Nephilim.
days of Noah. And that's what makes me feel like, as far as like the Bible and everything, and
Yeah, we're
Revelations in
definitely
particular,
living in the end
we're
times. That's what
close.
I feel,
Yeah.
and it's so close.
Yeah. And then
Very.
certain lands would be against each other. And like you said, the old names of the lands like Mesopotamia, Persia,
Yeah.
Gog for Gog and Magog. Magog would be the leader, and Gog is Russia. It lined up
Oh, really? I'm
exactly.
Russian, actually. Russian
All
American.
right, yeah. So the land of the north is what it was considered, but it's basically present day Russia. That land would come down, and it had something to do with they would go and they'd take over Damascus, which is Syria.
Syria, exactly.
So it's crazy. All this stuff
yo,
is happening. The only thing
brother.
that left to happen was Turkey was on the wrong side. But now Turkey's
Palmyra,
starting to lean the other
Turkey's
way.
with Russia. S-400.
Now they're going. That was like the last one was Turkey. It was on the wrong side, and now it went that way.
Now it's weird, the alliance. It's Russia, China, Iran, Turkey, but it's also like Brazil and Venezuela. Like Venezuela got quiet supposedly. They try to
Venezuela for sure. Yeah, they tried. Yeah, Phil Coup, and there was coups in Turkey, if you remember, not too long ago.
Yeah, they try to. Yeah, they try to. Yeah,
That's that. A lot of that has to do with the CIA, I think.
Yeah, those dudes are in deep, and Trump fired all these McCabe assholes.
Exactly. Yeah, all these.
The Comeys, the McCabe's.
Yeah.
Like, to be a president, to fire all the top dudes of the FBI, CIA, NSA. Imagine what they know.
And put your guys in.
The directors.
Yeah. I mean, and the one director who supposedly was like straight and narrow. Like
Yeah.
what? Even though, despite what was going on there, I guess he truly is a patriot. It's Rogers, Admiral Rogers.
I heard about him. I think
Yeah, from Q.
It's
You must
starting to
have.
snow in New York. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
It's snowing in Boston, or no? Should be no.
No. But usually when it snows in New York, it's snowing here not too long
Yeah,
after.
you guys are all up north.
Yeah,
I've
so
been
it
to
usually
Boston
comes
once.
this
It's a
way.
cool city. Yeah, it's a nice city.
So you
New England.
yeah. I mean,
You guys
it's nice.
got the Patriots.
Exactly.
And you guys had the Boston bombing too, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah,
what happened
9/11.
today remind me of the Boston bombing, because it was the same type of situation. It's like it was like this.
Yeah, it
They
was
had a
weird.
plan, but they were suspicious, and
It
a
was
cop.
a distraction, bro. Yeah, because from all the news that's going on, they wanted to shove in like a mass shooting in New Jersey, right next to New York, like supposedly terrorism attack. And what happened?
And I think that
base?
detective made it. He screwed it all up for them.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Before the
Everything
shooting
at
started,
Trump.
there was an unmarked black SUV in front of exactly where they were shooting, which is really weird, and we raised a lot of red flags. That's going to start making its rounds. People are going to start seeing that video.
False flags. Oh, really? Just how they hit the. What about the New Zealand shooter? They scrubbed that off the internet. Remember the live?
That's
shooting?
gone. Yeah, but they made it so easy to find at first, right?
At first, like it was.
You know why they did that?
And now it's
They're
gone.
attacking live
Scrubbed.
streams. That was right when they started attacking live streams. Yeah, because he live streamed the whole thing.
You can't live stream unless you have like 1,000 subscribers.
Exactly,
right?
and not just that, you got to also have like 40,000 viewing hours or 4,000, whatever it is.
What? Damn.
It's a lot of viewing hours. I mean,
yeah, that is.
It takes longer to do that than get 1,000 subs. Unless you, like I was just talking about John Boy. He did it all on his own, but like he was so close. I kind of urge people like, hey, this guy just broke a big story. He deserves to be over 1,000. See, he had already had it. He basically had his hours. He was right there. So once he broke 1,000, he was basically right there as far as the hours, and now he's monetized as of tonight. So,
oh wow!
Yeah.
So I'm not familiar with him. What
yeah, John Boy. He's like a real authentic. He's just self-described. Like he called himself. He was like, I'm just a hillbilly in Tennessee. That's what he was saying. And he's a cool guy, and he's himself, and I love that. I love it when people are themselves. It shows.
Americans, real people,
Exactly, and some people try to put on a whole facade, and it just doesn't work. If you just yourself, like it's all good.
That's
like
true.
some of the stuff you want
to,
yeah, and some of the stuff you want to talk about, you thought was corny, but that's not corny. That can tell you've done a lot of research, because
man.
I've heard a lot of what you're talking about. Yeah, it's so much.
Thanks, I appreciate it,
bro.
Yeah, so back to I'm gonna finish off. I don't want to take up.
Yeah, you were talking about 9/11 too, right?
So how was the ritual? So basically, they showed how there was something flying into. It wasn't even a plane, because supposedly it was pulverized or something. Some, I don't know what it was, hologram technology, whatever they called the Project Bluebeam thing. Maybe I don't know, or it was drones.
I think it was really a plane, but I just think it was also kind of like wired up. Like there was all these Israeli students who were there overnight for like a week, and there's a lot of shady stuff like that, and they think that maybe they were Mossad and they wired the whole thing to go.
Yep. The tower supposedly, when they had the controlled demolition, supposedly 7, right?
Yeah,
Tower 7, when what was his name, Silverstein?
Larry Silverstein.
He said pull it. He said pull it.
Yeah.
And they pulled the whole building down.
And he had all that insurance money ready too.
Yeah, and that was like he literally insured it for double the insurance, right?
Exactly.
Like $100 billion.
He bought it all, and then he insured it for like crazy amounts of money.
Yeah, literally a few days before. Some people are even saying that when the towers were built, I don't know if this is true, because it was like, if you think about it, it was all planned out, this whole ritual, and it shattered our minds to a point that we all got ultra in one big whoop,
That's 100%. I heard Richie talking about that, and I've heard him talk about that in the past. It's true. I mean, there's an aspect of like when you fragment the brain, like you were saying, you kind of compartmentalize trauma. And we all have certain traumas we go through, and we don't realize, but it sticks with us. That stain on our soul.
Yeah, they control the whole. You seen the movie They Live?
No. Oh wait,
Yeah,
maybe I did. They Live. I might have actually.
Roddy Piper, when he puts on the sunglasses, he sees like all these crazy
Oh
skeleton
yeah.
faces.
I've seen like references of it though. Yeah, and
It
it's
was
like
crazy, like the way it is when you put on the glasses, you see all the
yeah,
advertisements
it was the
saying
truth.
subliminal messages.
Yeah. That's cool. I always like that scene. I've seen that scene a million times.
Yeah, that scene was cool.
Yeah.
So basically, we all seen the whole ritual play out. So when the towers were built, you think, who would put on Silverstein guy? I forgot his name. It was Adam Silverstein. It doesn't matter. Larry Silverstein. Yeah, Larry. So when they built it, they already knew it was gonna go down. So that was like 1970 something, 1978. I'm not sure, but the towers, didn't they stand for like 33 years? And 33 is the Masonic number.
Exactly, and there was a lot of weird numbers that went with that as well. But yeah, 33, and that's of course 33.
Shebang, like if you think about it.
Yeah.
Hey, if you like think about it, and after this, I'm gonna send you if it's okay, text or someone. I'm gonna send you this link where it's kind of like the Drudge Report, but this is where I got a lot of my info from. Like, I don't want to tell it to like everyone. I don't know, but I could tell you. I'll tell you. It's whatdoesitmean.com.
Okay.
Just go on whatdoesitmean.com.
Yeah.
That site has been up for so long. Just read, like, every day it's like new statements, and everything that they say comes true. I don't know, like, it's kind of like Q before Q on some real stuff. Like,
yeah. That's interesting.
They have all that info.
Yeah, I'm always looking for new stuff. Yeah, so
it's what does it mean?
Doesitmean.com.
Yeah, simple. I don't know how I got into that site. I was on because before YouTube, I was on like blogs. Like all these like blog sites looking at all these conspiracy theory things before they got big and stuff.
Yeah.
This was way back when. Like, I was always interested in all this stuff. Yeah, so whatdoesitmean.com. That's for the viewers that listen, just put it in.
Yeah.
If you look at it, I mean, it's like basically news before it's news type thing.
That's crazy. I'm gonna check it out. I'm actually gonna put it in the chat. Because I the more eyes on this type of stuff, the better.
It's free info.
Yeah.
People gotta know. People gotta expose the stuff. The more truthers are, they can't shut us down. Supposedly with this whole YouTube censorship, which is supposed to happen like today, right? December 10th.
Yeah, I knew it wouldn't be.
It wouldn't be such like a purge, but it's probably the first step.
But you know what? That's exactly what's up. It is the first step, and actually it wasn't really it wasn't even on the 10th. I started noticing it like the week before the 10th. Just like weird stuff.
With Owen Benjamin and stuff.
All this weird stuff. It's so difficult to even just get live sometimes. Like for me to like get live or use certain software, it's just been really more difficult than ever this past week.
Everything's been lagging.
Yeah, I've been buffering all the time. Yeah.
They're trying to stop the flow. They see how much people are waking up and stuff.
I mean, they just put algorithms in the AI, and and they're just able to tell like what there's certain things they don't want talked about.
Yeah, exactly. And also with Syria, back to like all these ancient civilizations, and how you said like you think they found the head of Nimrod. I think I heard of that too. Yeah. And also in Saudi Arabia, they were looking for, I think, the Ark of the Covenant. And then supposedly it was hidden in Antarctica. It was like this whole crazy thing that happened where like 1,000 people got like plasma rays, some crazy stuff, and it was a whole operation if you look into it. But I actually got that from whatdoesitmean.com, but it was a long time ago. It was like 2 years ago. They were looking for all these artifacts, like literally Indiana Jones, like in reality. Ark of the Covenant, like all these other things. What else was there? Like the cup that Jesus drank from. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah, the
cup of Jesus, like the blood. Yeah, of Jesus.
Yeah. Obviously, the Holy Grail.
Imagine they probably have like
the chalice.
Someone has the blood of Jesus.
That's unbelievable. Imagine? Yeah, and it's supposedly the tip of the spear as well.
The spear that he got, they stuck
stabbed in the side. Yeah, it's crazy.
It's crazy. crazy. And yeah, how you're saying, like, with
There's
the
a
black
lot of
goo and
places,
stuff,
but
the black goo that's in the, in the when they had the pyramids, the pharaohs were
I've heard
buried,
of, yeah, yep,
and all their organs they put them in those jars.
yep.
So what do you think it is? And they said it's for the afterlife. So maybe they knew that they could get cloned one day, so they do this technology. Like
They had some type of knowledge handed to them for sure. I mean, it's written all over in the
yeah, and
hieroglyphs.
how they have all these hybrid, beings and
Just
ancient
building the
Egypt.
pyramids, period. It's we still
Sphinx.
nobody has figured out how were they actually able to do that. And then
Exactly.
not just how amazing the pyramids, but inside the pyramids, at the top of the pyramid,
Yeah,
one of the
and how
pyramids, they
the
have
whole
the king's
system, yeah, the
chamber.
capstone, they had the diamond
Yeah.
or gold. It was supposedly the pyramids were all covered in gold, right? Like in the
Yeah,
beginning.
way back, and it's chipped away, but it's
They robbed it all.
yeah, and they had at the top they had these king's chambers, and it's like the heaviest stone out of the whole pyramids are in there
Oh
at the
wow!
top of the
And it was
pyramid,
on top,
and they're
the
all like
capstone.
parallel. And it's
That's
like,
crazy.
how is that? How could they possibly figure out how to suspend them? Yeah, at the same time, like, and then it's just all kind.
That's
There was supposed to be
insane.
water inside. It's
Yeah,
unbelievable,
the whole system. Yeah, and back to Syria. Syria was big. Didn't they murder like over 1 million? It was a genocide. This like past 3 years, it was happening. They killed over 1 million people. They destroyed the whole Damascus and Palmyra. Palmyra is even older than Damascus. It was like in the days of Jesus and stuff, and they have all these ancient, ruins and stuff. And get it? How they say ISIS, and
ISIS was the god.
created, yeah, as like Isis and Set and Osiris and all this crazy, and they
Exactly.
call the terrorist ISIS, and they came out of Syria, and
It's
they're
crazy.
destroying so much evidence that
And I know
I don't know what they're
Damascus,
looking for. They're
that's a
looking for
big
something.
thing. The destruction of Damascus
That's
is
horrible, yeah.
spoken about
So
a
many
lot in
refugees,
the
yeah. So
Bible,
many
though.
people died, women, children. And what's
It's
happening with Ukraine? How they're trying to blow Trump out of office, because of Ukraine now, and they're saying this Russia collusion bullshit. Sorry for
it's
cursing,
basically
but
it's all right. Don't worry. I curse. So
that I try
yeah,
not to, but
yeah. I try to sometimes, but and then it's funny. It's like accuse them of what you're doing. Or like the Hegelian dialectic. They kind of like create
exactly.
a problem, then offer a solution.
Yeah, chaos out of order out of chaos,
Yeah,
right?
and
That's a
and
Masonic
it's
what is it,
so
catchphrase?
obvious. If anyone who just even has like a little bit of a clue, and just regular like civilians, like normal people who
Yeah, it's
just aren't
horrible.
into this
Child
stuff
sacrifice, what they do,
and
and
don't know
it's
much,
scary.
they're
And
waking up.
that's all.
Epstein
And
was a big one, and actually they say like with Q, find the keystone. Well, it's funny because Epstein, his name means it's epi, like top of. It means like epi means top
huh,
of, like the
yeah.
top, but like in the
Oh,
sense of a key, like kind of like how they always have
okay.
those arches, but the top part isn't there. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
missing that
yeah,
one
yeah.
little part at the
Oh,
top.
yeah.
That's like some crazy symbolism that's going
And
down for
back, yeah.
years.
That's back to the pyramid. That's back to,
Yeah.
yeah. He has that little black book,
And then
and
Steen, yeah, we went through the whole Black Book on this channel one time, and it's
oh,
fight law.
did you? I
And then
catch that's
Steen, oh,
crazy.
those are some of the best shows. When we went through the whole Black Book, we went through the whole all the fight logs. I mean,
Oh
we
damn,
were
you
getting
went
names out
deep.
of there that
Yeah,
nobody
you
got.
did your homework,
Oh
bro.
yeah, I did like 6 hour streams night after night after night after night. Yeah.
That's insane,
Those
man.
are some
You
you should
covered
check
a lot.
those were pretty good. But not a lot of it's common knowledge now, but at the time it was like blowing our minds. And also all the court records from like before that
Yup.
no one knew about.
And
And then Steen, so it's top of and in this, like a key.
yeah.
And then Steen means of the rock. So
Oh wow.
keystone. And a lot of that's what a lot I'm starting to see that on the boards. People are
Yeah,
starting to
he was like
think,
Mossad, right? So
yeah,
he
he
was
was for
many
sure
he was like
Mossad.
interagency probably,
Yep.
like everything.
Yep. And one of Q's last posts was saying, and they get themselves in a position where they feel like they're untouchable because they're state
Exactly.
backed. He's like, Epstein thought he was untouchable. Epstein thought
He
so.
was. I mean, he was
He was
untouchable.
yeah. I
Who
mean,
knows? But who knows where he is now?
well, yeah, I think he's dead, but I
He's
just
probably
think,
suicided by Hillary. Yeah.
yeah, I think he was taken out. but
Right
it's
away,
just
she got
weird.
so many
Like,
eyes, and she got
yeah,
that's creepy. That
it
whole
could have been
Christian,
Mossad just taking out their own men. You know, it could have been.
yeah,
But then
cleaning
again,
up, yeah,
I
sweeping up or
I mean,
something.
they were able to. They cut the cameras. I mean, that's for like a true, like, even the Navy
Exactly
SEALs,
when
like
it
for these
happened.
guys, they know what they're doing. They know how to cut they can cut the cameras with
Of
a button.
course.
They don't even
Yeah,
need to literally cut the wire. Like, you press a
yeah.
button and that shit.
Of course, with technology and
Yeah,
whatever, they do
so
some.
they made everything go down. They could, even if they really wanted to, if you really like wanted to get crazy, just with a frequency, you can make somebody
Exactly.
tired. You can
Or
make the
maybe they're
gods
testing
tired and
5G.
sleep.
Yeah, they have heart
Yeah,
attack guns now and stuff
yeah.
like
You
that.
make someone tired. You can make them horny. You can make them happy. You can make them
Yeah,
depressed. You can do all just with frequencies. Um,
yeah, exactly. That's we run on frequencies. Human beings, like even Nikola Tesla
yeah,
knew the
we have
stuff,
a
like the no
certain,
free
yeah.
energy.
Yep. And once they mess with that, like that certain baseline frequency, they can mess with you just by just change, just a little change to the
It's
frequency.
creepy. I'm
And
scared. I'm not
and
scared, but the whole 5G thing kind of creeps me out. It feels
yeah,
like it could be like the last step where they just press a button and all people
flip a
would just be like,
switch. Yeah.
like Nazi, like Nazis. They all when they march and stuff, when they had the rallies in Nazi Germany, all the people, like, it was weird. They all moved like just the same. Like, you see millions of people and they're just doing the same exact thing.
Hmm.
It's like they're all robots or some crazy stuff. He was trying to build the super soldiers, like robot army, Hitler, But yo, I even think that they. I heard that they could have cloned people like back in the 40s. They already had the technology, and they probably been
Yes,
messing with
in
it.
the
And
30s. I mean, the Nazis did so many experiments. They're so,
yeah,
like, it's
and
the type
most
of
of them were
stuff that,
taken to America, Project Paperclip,
yeah,
right?
part of the paperclip, all those scientists, and that's how they started
Yeah,
NASA, was with
they made
German.
exactly Eric von Braun, and
Yep,
they made the remember the Philadelphia experiment, the Manhattan experiment. The
yep,
Manhattan experiment was the atom bomb.
that was the atom
The
bomb. Yep,
Philadelphia, yeah, the Philadelphia
and
experiment. It was the Eldridge, the Navy ship that disappeared and like teleported, right?
that's crazy. You hear about
Yeah.
what happened today. Speaking of teleported potentially or Antarctica, there was a
Oh man.
military plane going from Chile towards
Hmm.
Antarctica, and it
Really?
disappeared.
The
And
whole
they
there's so much secrets in Antarctica. Yeah. So
so
what
they're
happened? That's the one
right
that
now, that's
fascinates me
that's all
most.
that's all that I heard, was that it disappeared. I don't know if they found it. I
Oh
don't know
man.
what. It's one of those planes that it was heading towards Antarctica. It disappeared. It's
What?
like, it's the biggest, they said it's one of the biggest searches they've ever done, as far
That's
as they're using
insane.
satellites, people,
Huh.
planes,
Just
ships,
dropped off
submarines.
the firmament, huh? It just
It's
chipped out the
like,
firmament.
yeah, it's almost like they just kind of disappeared over
That's
Antarctica. It's
crazy. Yeah,
nuts.
they've been had the technology probably to teleport like
Yeah,
things
out of
like that in the
Chile.
40s.
So it wasn't that far of a I mean, it's still a far flight, but yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people didn't hear about it, but it was on mainstream media. That's how I learned about it.
Huh. I didn't
Yeah,
even catch that too. So much
yeah.
news. Like
There's
every day it just
there's
gets
so
crazier
much.
exponentially. Yeah,
Yeah,
there's so much info to keep
and they
up with.
inundate us with all this crazy stuff, and it's almost like, you have to have some type of reaction to it. It's like, in one
Yeah.
day, this
It's
plane
way too much.
disappears.
If you
The
notice, the
shooting in
week's been getting
Jersey.
so long.
Yeah, cop gets killed, and it wasn't just any cop. It was a detective that probably
Yeah, it was a
he probably
detective
screwed
in
up
Jersey
a false
City.
flag. Yeah, FF,
Yeah, yeah,
right?
the bogus banner.
Yeah, he probably, like, thwarted it by doing that, by
Yeah, it
just
could
by
have because
approaching them and getting
anything.
them off their
Even with the
game.
what about the Navy shooter too in Pensacola, the Saudi pilot.
Yeah, the Saudi. What happened? I didn't hang up on you, man. What happened? I'll try calling him back. That was weird. Hold on, guys. Let me finish my conversation, because this guy, I really had a lot of. I really enjoyed speaking to him. Um, and what's going on, Share Bear? Everything all right there? I hope there's no drama with anyone messing with you. Let me just call this gentleman back, and then I'm gonna take calls. Okay? I just hate to end it like that. I wouldn't do that to anyone. Let it be. Oh man, the only thing is that fucking kid called from so many numbers. Which one's the real one? Yo, he actually left voicemails. He filled up my voicemail. Dickhead. What an act. Look at yo, you guys wouldn't believe how many times this guy called. Wow. Was it no, that wasn't it. Now I don't even know. Oh wait. Maybe his phone died because it almost sounded like his phone died.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice.
All right. So I think that was Siberian. You know my emails there. Proton the Red Pill News at proton.mail, as well as the Red Pill News at yahoo.com. All right. I'm gonna take Ohio now. Red Pill News Dispensary.
Hey, what's up, bub?
How you doing, brother?
Nah, pretty good. You?
All right, not too bad. Get some new equipment. And how does it sound?
Nah, pretty good, dude.
Nice,
Awesome.
beautiful.
Hey, man, I just got a question.
All right.
If you put something in the background,
Huh?
like paint something on that brick, like your name.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I think it's the white.
Oh,
I don't know. When I moved in, I asked them about that. I was like, "What is this all about?" You know what I mean? And they were like, "It's been there since they built it."
They won't let you. They won't let you paint it or nothing.
No, because the thing that's like one of the trademarks of this building is the brick. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they definitely wouldn't let us. Although, I did kind of point it out, like, what the hell, like, it looks like somebody spray painted something at one point. I don't know, whatever. I don't mind it, but
hey, man, I've got a couple questions for you.
Okay.
All right. Did you ever? Okay, that shooting today happened.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not trying to be in your personal business or nothing. I don't know if you got kids in school.
No.
But we do, and if they're on lockdown, dude,
that's scary.
There is no freaking body is getting out of the building. Okay, I don't care if it's a drill or a real situation happens. But do you think it was funny that one kid can get released from school and talk on the news?
Is that what happened?
Did you see that?
No,
Yeah.
I avoided, like, when I was covering that, I avoided the MSM like the plague. I didn't want them to like mess with my mindset because I listened to the Scan Alive, and that was a big deal. That's all they talked about was the schools. They're like, no, it's locked down. It's like, I have parents here. They're gonna literally like rush the school. They're like, nope, lock that shit down. You ain't opening the schools. So that was like a big deal. But so one kid did get out.
Found a gun the other day on the playground here.
Oh, where you are? Wow.
Yeah, they found a little pistol here because there was a shooting that night.
Yeah.
It was a Sunday night in school Monday.
Wow.
Sorry for coughing in here.
No, don't worry about it.
But they locked that school down so tight, dude. We didn't even know about it. But I don't know. I mean, I just think it was awful funny because he said. Our school they did away with the lockdown, and 7 minutes passed, and he called his mom to come and get him. I'm like, man, there's you remember all those shootings happened, and then all them supposedly the same people showed up and talk on the news.
Yes, the same exact people that were on the news for something else 6 months prior. Yeah. You know what? I didn't. I wish I had caught that. I wish I had caught that. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? You can hear me, right? Yeah. I wish I had caught that. So the kid went on, and did he have like a story? I mean, he must have been on the news, but he must have seen something.
Yeah. He says a bunch of other stuff like, he heard a bunch of gunshots, and he just ran down the hallway, ran out, and
ran out. Wow. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's possible if it happens like right at the beginning. I mean,